Have you ever wondered about the territorial claims in the West Philippine Sea? More specifically, the recent claims by China over the Filipino island of Palawan? Well, it seems you're not alone. The news airwaves have been abuzz with this topic, stirring up a whirlwind of controversy and debate. Just recently, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, or the NHCP, strongly refuted these claims. They assert that there is no evidence to support Chinese ownership of Palawan, citing historical maps and treaties that recognize Palawan as part of the Philippine archipelago. But why now? What sparked these claims, and why Palawan? In an age where information is at our fingertips, it can be challenging to decipher fact from fiction. Terms like sovereignty, territorial disputes, and historical claims get tossed around. But do we truly understand their implications? Just imagine the layers of history that the land beneath our feet holds. Now, imagine an entity claiming ownership of an island that has been recognized as part of another nation's territory for centuries. It's like claiming ownership of a house you've never lived in, isn't it? The NHCP has firmly stated that Palawan is and always will be Filipino territory. But what evidence do they have to back this claim? And what does China have to say about this? These are intricate questions, the answers to which are woven into the tapestry of history, politics, and diplomacy. As we delve deeper into this issue, we'll unravel the threads of this complex narrative, one scene at a time. Is there any truth to these claims? What does history tell us? Stay with us to find out. And as we journey together through this maze of history and geopolitics, remember, the truth is often stranger than fiction. So, buckle up for a ride that promises to be as enlightening as it is thrilling. Stay tuned in. What is the historical context of Palawan? Has it ever belonged to China? Let's dive into the annals of history to find out. Palawan, often referred to as the Philippines' last frontier, has a rich and diverse past that's deeply intertwined with the history of the Philippines. Its roots stretch back to the earliest Filipino polities, their connections with Southeast Asian sultanates and rajanates forming the tapestry of its cultural heritage. Historical documents and treaties paint a clear picture of Palawan's lineage. The island was recognized as part of the Philippine archipelago, administered by the Sultan of Sulu and the Spanish Captain Generalcy. There's no room for ambiguity here. These official documents serve as the bedrock of Palawan's identity as an integral part of the Philippines. But what about China's claims? Well, when it comes to evidence supporting Chinese ownership of Palawan, the cupboard is bare. There's no historical record of permanent Chinese settlement on the island. The narrative of Palawan's past, as told by the facts, simply doesn't include China. What's more, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines has been vocal in refuting these claims. They've strongly emphasized that Palawan is and will always be Filipino territory. The Commission's statement echoes the sentiments of many Filipinos who view these claims as an affront to their history and sovereignty. So the question remains, why is China making these claims now? Is it a power play, a political maneuver, or something else entirely? It's a question that has sparked debates, conversations, and even tensions in the international arena. It's clear that history paints a different picture than the one China is trying to present. But why is China making these claims now? Scene script. Why are these claims surfacing now? What is the current geopolitical scenario in the South China Sea? These are the questions that are probably swirling in your mind as we delve deeper into this issue. Let's first look at the recent tensions between Manila and Beijing in the West Philippine Sea. The claims that China is making over Palawan Island are not happening in a vacuum. They're part of a larger, ongoing dispute over territorial waters in the South China Sea, a region rich in natural resources and strategic shipping lanes. These tensions have been simmering for a long while now, slowly escalating to the point where they've become a focal point of global attention. Now, it's important to understand the strategic importance of the South China Sea and its disputed territories. This region is a crucial hub of international trade, with almost a third of the world's maritime shipping passing through its waters. It's also believed to hold vast untapped reserves of oil and gas. As such, control over these waters is not just about territorial pride, but also about economic power and influence. And what about China's role in all this? Well, China has been increasingly assertive in the region. It's been building artificial islands and militarizing them, pushing the boundaries of its territorial claims. This assertiveness is not just limited to the South China Sea, but is part of a larger pattern of China flexing its muscles on the global stage. So what we're seeing here is a complex interplay of historical disputes, geopolitical power struggles, and economic interests. The situation is a delicate balancing act, with each side trying to assert its rights without tipping the scales into open conflict. The stakes are high and the tension is palpable, but what does all this mean for the Philippines and the rest of the world? As we move on to the next chapter, we'll delve into the global implications of this dispute. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this intriguing and complex issue. What are the implications of these claims? How does it affect the Philippines and the world at large? Certainly, the claims present a complex web of geopolitical consequences. If allowed to stand, they could set a precedent for territorial disputes around the globe. This isn't just about Palawan or even the Philippines. It's about the integrity of international borders, the sanctity of historical evidence, and the balance of power in the South China Sea. Imagine the escalating tensions and conflicts that could arise. The South China Sea is already a hotbed of territorial claims, with multiple nations vying for control over its strategic waterways and abundant resources. This could add more fuel to the fire, increasing the risk of confrontations and even military clashes. What about the international community? Well, it's not sitting idly by. Countries around the world are voicing their concerns, calling for peaceful resolution and respect for international law. The United Nations, for example, plays a crucial role in mediating such disputes, promoting dialogue and adherence to its maritime conventions. Yet it's not just about resolving the issue at hand, it's about sending a clear message to all nations that baseless claims won't be tolerated, that the world won't stand by while historical facts are distorted, and that any attempts to alter the status quo through force or coercion will be met with unified resistance. These claims also have far-reaching implications for international trade. The South China Sea is a vital artery of global commerce, with trillions of dollars worth of goods passing through its waters every year. Any disruption in this region could have a ripple effect on economies worldwide. And then there's the environmental aspect. The South China Sea is home to a rich biodiversity of marine life. A rise in tensions could lead to increased militarization and industrialization, posing a significant threat to this fragile ecosystem. As we've seen, these claims aren't just about a single island. They're about power, control, and the rules of international engagement. So is Palawan part of China? What does the future hold for this disputed region? These are the questions that have been lingering in our minds since we embarked on this journey. Now we've reached the point where we can confidently answer them. The National Historical Commission of the Philippines has made it abundantly clear there is no evidence to support Chinese claims over Palawan. Historical maps, treaties, and the absence of any permanent Chinese settlements on the island all point to one conclusion. Palawan is, and always has been, a part of the Philippines. Yet the question still remains: what does the future hold for this disputed region? As we've seen, the political landscape can be as fluid and unpredictable as the ocean surrounding the island. While we can't predict the future with absolute certainty, we can discuss possible scenarios. Perhaps the most desirable outcome would be a peaceful resolution, one that respects historical facts and international law. This would not only maintain the integrity of the Philippines, but also promote stability and harmony in the region. Conversely, if the dispute escalates, it may strain relations between the Philippines and China and potentially other nations in the region. This could lead to a domino effect, causing unnecessary tension and conflict. The stakes are high and the implications are global. Therefore, it's crucial that we continue to seek the truth and stand up against unfounded claims. While the future is uncertain, one thing is clear: the truth matters. And in the case of Palawan, the truth is that it is and always has been Filipino territory. Thank you for joining us on this journey to uncover the truth. Subscribe for more amazing content and keep wondering. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.